Hello and welcome to Torah in a Nutshell. My name is John Fisher, and today's episode is the name of the Most High. You know, there's a whole lot of talking going on. There's a whole lot of arguing going on over the name of the Father. The Yud-He-Vav-He name of the Most High. The Jewish tradition states that you don't mention his name except at Yom Kippur in the temple, because the first commandment is that thou shalt not use the name of the Father in vain. So within the Torah Observant movement, the Messianic Hebrew roots movement, there is this argument that first, the argument is over how we spell the name of the Messiah, of the Father, in English. You know, we're fighting over the English spelling of a Hebrew name, which is absolutely foolish. And then we're also arguing and fighting over the pronunciation of the Father's name. Some of you want it with a U, some of you want it with a W. And for the purposes of the discussion, I'm going to use both of these names, and I'm going to do my very, very best not to use them lightly. Okay, but there's the Yahweh camp, there's the Yahuwah camp, and I think both camps are wrong. I don't think we need to be focusing on how to pronounce or spell his name. In the book of Revelations, let's just go to the book of Revelations real quick. If I can find it. I don't know where it is right now. You guys can go find it, and I'll put it in the caption as I'm editing this video. But in the book of Revelations, it tells us that the Messiah is coming, and he's coming with a new name, and a name that nobody knows. So why are we fighting over how to pronounce it today? Because we don't know what his name is. We don't know what his name's going to be. So this fight over the pronunciation and the English spelling of a Hebrew word or a Hebrew name is absolutely ridiculous. And then we have this other faction of people that are running around saying, oh, you can't use the God. God is a transliteration of Gad, and Gad is the deity of luck and fortune. So at any time you use the word God or Lord or any of those titles, you're actually calling upon the deity of luck, the deity of fortune. And you're not calling upon the Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, I'm going to tell you what. God is English. It's an English word. Lord is an English word. And they're titles. They don't mean anything. You're not calling upon some pagan deity. It's a title. Okay. And I will call upon the Most High God, the God of gods, the Lord of lords. Okay. I respect the Father in heaven to a point to where I'm not going to call him by his name. Why would I respect him any less than I respect my Father on earth? You don't hear me. I'm almost 50 years old, and I still call my Father on earth Dad. When I refer to him, I call him my Father. That he's my dad. His name is actually Francis Fisher. He goes by Frank. He goes by Spivey. Well, that's it. Francis, Frank, and Spivey. My mom calls him Honey from time to time. It's a title. I respect my Father on earth. So I don't call him by his name because that's disrespectful. So why would I want to call the Father in heaven by his name and treat him with any less respect?
Oh, but I'll tell you why. Yes, I will. If you do not proclaim the name of God, you're ashamed of God, and you're going to hell.
Does that sound familiar? Are you one of those people?
I'm here to proclaim the name of God, and his name is...
Whatever, however you want to pronounce it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you know how you proclaim the name of God? Through your works. You proclaim the name of God through your example of the Father. You know, I'm sitting in the street and I'm sitting there and I'm sitting on my side of my street and somebody's coming down the street. And how do I see that person? Okay, let's just say, for example, I'm the one walking down the street. I'm also the one sitting on the corner. I'm saying, oh my God, here comes Fisher. He's a Torah terrorist. He's a Bible thumper. He preaches, but he doesn't do. Does it sound familiar to you? Or would you like to be, oh, here comes Fisher. I need some help. He'll help me. Which example do you want? Okay, the Messiah, when he walked with us, told us that we are to be doers of the word. We are not to stand on a street corner like the scribes and the Pharisees and show people how holy we are because of the length of our tzitzit. We show people how holy we are, how righteous we are, by the works that we do. Do we feed the hungry? Do we give drink to the thirsty? Do we visit the sick and the inmate? Do we clothe the naked? You know, I was going through my clothes and I was wanting to get rid of clothes that I don't fit into anymore and put 3 or 4 35-gallon trash bags filled with clothes. Went to every single church in this community that I live in, and not a single one of them had a clothes closet. How horrible is that? How absolutely disingenuous is that? Rich Mullins has a song called Screen Door. And in it he says, faith without works is about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Faith without works. We show our faith through our works. We show our love through our works. We show our obedience through our works. Just because we know how to pronounce a name and we force that pronunciation on everybody else does not make us holy. It does not make us righteous. It does not make us anything but arrogant Torah terrorists. Okay. Several of us grew up using the name God or the title God, the name Jesus. And we were saved in the name of Jesus. Okay, so we've gone absolutely nowhere. I've heard Christians scream, if you can't say the name of Jesus, you're satanic. Well, those same people are now doing the same thing with the Hebrew pronunciation of the name of the Most High and his Son, the Messiah. Yeshua or Yahushua or Yeshua or whatever pronunciation you want to give it. Okay. His name's going to be different when he comes back. Why fight over what his name is today? He knows who you're talking to. He knows that you're talking to him. You're not calling upon some ancient deity of luck. You're not looking to Hercules or Mithra or Tal or any of the other sons of gods. You're calling upon the Son of the Most High God. who will be known as the Lord of Lords, the God of gods. He is the Most High. It is time that we, as Torah observant believers, stop fighting over the name. Stop fighting over which name we can use or can't use. And it's time that we start proclaiming his name, not verbally. Because I can sit there and I can scream the name of God all day long, and it means nothing if I do nothing. This fight and argument over the U or the W is stupid. And it does not lift the Father high. It does not draw anybody unto him. All it shows is that we're a bunch of nutcases. And as I watched displayed yesterday, we are being called a half-baked cult because we argue over the littlest little things. It is easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than the smallest little bit of Torah to fail. Why are we struggling over a name we're not supposed to be using anyway? Because it's his name. It is the most holy name. Matthew chapter 7 says, do not throw before swines pearls. Do not give that which is holy unto dogs, because they'll trample it and they will attack you. Giving the name of God is the most important thing. It is the most holy thing. And you throw it around the internet, you throw it around Facebook, you throw it around the countryside like it's Zeus. Zeus is a joke. Do you want our Most High to become nothing more than a punchline? I don't think so. It's time that we stop fighting over a pronunciation of a name that's not going to mean anything, hopefully in our lifetimes. And it's time that we start doing the action of our proclaimed faith. We proclaim his name through our actions. Are you proclaiming his name, sitting here fighting and arguing over the English spelling of a Hebrew name? Are you proclaiming his name when you tell people that they're going to hell because they use an English title to call upon the Most High? You're not lifting him up. You're throwing him into the ground. It is shameful. And you should be ashamed. I am ashamed. Because we need to be working. We need to be doing those things that lift him up. We need to be doing those things that give proclamation to the Father. This is John Fisher, and this has been Torah in a nutshell. The Name Rant. That's what I'm going to title this. The Name Rant. I hope you have a very, very blessed day.